What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be doing something as simple as an oil change. My mother-in-law's Charger right behind me is a V6 2012 SXT Charger. This is with the Pentastar V6, and this will show you how to change something as simple as your oil. The first thing that you need is a set of ramps, or you can have a hydraulic jack, or honestly use the jack that comes with your vehicle in the back in order to change your tire. It should be in the trunk of your car where the spare tire would go. Now, if you don't have a spare tire, there should still be an emergency jack located somewhere in there. Now, for oil changes like this, I actually prefer to do the ramps because you're just driving up the ramps, parking it, and you're already at an incline, and you have enough room to get underneath, and you're 99.9% safe. So what you want to do is park your car in a location and line up your ramp straight with the tire on the front. And basically what this is going to do is bring this up to an incline so that way you can get underneath. Now I'm in front of a garage door entrance here, but make sure you don't go up these ramps and then all of a sudden hit an edge of a building or something like that. You want to make sure that you have enough room. As always, just to prove that this is a simple job, I'm going to be wearing my sandals. Those that have watched my other videos, they know for a fact that that's not new. I wear my sandals a lot, and even during some pretty heavy-duty stuff. Not recommended. I don't advise you to wear sandals. So with our tire lined up, I'm just gonna go ahead and start this puppy up. Whoa, let's flip it around. I'm upside down, now I'm right side up. Okay, I have the key in here, I think. Yes, I can start it. Where is that key? Actually, is it in my pocket? The key's in my pocket, guys. We're safe. Now, as you can see, I came out of the vehicle so that way I can kind of double check everything. If you're unsure about the oil that you need, just read your oil cap. That's on your engine here at the top. You should locate it either right or left. It could be front and center, just depends. But in my experience, I notice it much more either on the top or off to the right side. And always make sure you're researching how much oil you need for the capacity of your oil change. In this case, it's going to be about 6 quarts, so that's what we purchased. Also, in most cases, you don't really need to change the oil filter all that much. You can actually kind of cycle those with every other oil change or every 3 oil changes. But what I like to do is every oil change, replace the oil filter. In this case, we're going to go with the OEM brand because these are relatively cheap, no matter where you get it from. And your oil filter location on some of these newer engines will be located over the top. You'll need a right size socket to loosen this up and pull the filter out. I did remove the engine cover. You don't necessarily have to do this, but all this stuff is dirty. And this is my mother-in-law's vehicle after all. So I do want to do her solid and clean all this up and make it look nice and fresh and new. So in order to do that, I took the top cover off, set that aside. I'll wash that separately. But then here, I can, look how much dirt that is. We'll be wiping all this up and making it look like tip-top shape. So underneath you'll actually notice that there's this guard right here. Now these screws like to fall out, so I actually have them together with zip ties down here. There's no shame in that. Or you can go out and purchase your own, tabs where you can, put those back in. But honestly, whatever works is whatever works. Now these are what I'm talking about, these mounting screws with a hex head here, like a bolt head here. These are what's holding it together. So you have one here and have one right here. So this is on 2 sides of this whole panel. So you just take these off, and they even include nice little arrows to point it out. So once you have your cover off, go ahead and spray a little bit of lubricant right there on that bolt. Not sure why it's so rusty. This whole splash shield is supposed to protect it from rust, and which it clearly doesn't do anything. Completely pointless part of the car, to be honest. I mean, this is why on my Charger I have it completely off permanently, and mine actually looks better than this. Crazy stuff. Okay, the other thing that you want is something to drain the oil into, so you can pick up any kind of pan. I would recommend something bigger than 5 quarts. But this will do for this job. I usually have a bigger one, but we'll use this as an example. So now with some lubricant on there for a little while, we're going to take our 13mm on there, just kind of I don't want to damage anything because this is a little rusty. So, all right, now I got that. So now we can spin it by hand. And basically what you want to do is kind of gently remove it. Try to determine where this is all gonna sput out, but gently remove it to the point where that's the end of the road. So you want to keep kind of some pressure on it, so that way it comes out clean. You see, now I can just pull out from here and drain the oil. So what I'm going to do is pull. Almost missed, but yeah, just wait for this to stop dripping. Wait for it to completely drain. All right, grab yourself a fitting socket. In this case, I believe 15/16 is a perfect fit. What you want to do is then loosen that while the oil is draining. So just unscrew that. Now I have our filter out. To replace this. So after removing the filter, it just pops right out. Don't try to screw it off or anything like that. There's like a snap plastic pieces that could just kind of snap into it, and you can also pull it out. The little things, they snap right into the actual oil filter housing cap, just like that. Now we're going to go ahead and reinstall this. Check your O-ring just in case. This looks pretty nice and soft still. No cracking. Nothing out of the ordinary, so we're just going to install the same one back on. Okay, now it's back on. Now we can put the drain plug back on. Easy as she goes. Do a little right about there. Don't want it too tight. Now I'm not saying keep your drain bolt loose. I'm saying just a hand tighten plus quarter turn and you should be squared away. What you want to do, you want to grab a funnel, take this cap off, put that aside. Presto manifesto. You got a nice little cup holder for your oil cap. What I want to do is slowly pour this in. You'll see oil start to rise. You want to stop that from spilling over, so you want to take it a little slow. Wait for it to go down and then just keep filling. It also helps is if you pull the funnel up just a tad, it'll fill a little bit faster, however you choose to do it. This calls for 6 quarts. We're actually going to fill half of this one and check the levels and then top off. Dip back down. Come back up. We're in the cross hatches a teeny bit, so we're going to just top this off a 6. Replace your oil cap. Good to go. Now we want to do the restart process on the dashboard. So before starting the car, make sure that you look underneath, make sure that there is no oil leaking. The reason why I say that is because you might be pleasantly surprised how many times you do something and then you forget that one thing, like not replacing the drain bolt, which I'm not saying would happen, but you know, we've all had our bad days, right? I've never done it myself, but you know, we all learn somehow, and just make sure that you have that on. And let's face it, you would have been able to tell immediately once filling up the new oil, it would have been spilling everywhere underneath you, and you would have been like, what is going? Oh! So, with the oil reset process, you basically want to turn this all the way on without depressing the brake to start it. Wait for everything to come on. Basically what you want to do is, can I focus over there? Oh gosh, let me wipe this really quick. There we go. Can I see down there? Yeah, I think so. See the gas pedal? 1, 2, 3. Turn it off. Turn it back on. Press brake, push the button, okay. Let's go back. Let's go back. Any messages? 0 messages, meaning the oil change indicator is now not available anymore. So you have reset the oil change interval. Now we're gonna run this for just a few minutes just to get things warmed up and get things circulating, and then we're gonna shut it off and then go back to recheck our oil levels, because then you get a little bit more of a true level reading. And after you're done warming things up, pull yourself off the ramps, so that way you can take those ramps away and then start finishing things up here. All right, we just shut it off. Now we're gonna give it some time to just settle to the bottom. Meantime, I'm gonna clean all this up. Gross, look at all this. Leaf blow some of that out of here. Just like that, nothing a little soapy water and some WD-40 on a rag won't fix. I probably said that or worded it wrong, but it is what it is. You get what I mean. Don't be attacking me in the comments, but you know, I like using WD-40 as like maybe like a cleaning solution. But anyways, that's just a simple, like kind of like thorough, like here's what you do to change your oil. This could apply to any and all vehicles that are internal combustion, right? So hope this helps somebody. And yeah, next one we're gonna be doing the brakes. Stay tuned.